Hi, everybody, and welcome to my presentation. Thank you to be here with me. I would like to thank the VRAR Association and the VRAR Global Summit organizer for giving me this opportunity to share my enthusiasm and my passion to virtuality. So let me begin by telling you, that everybody here knows some or little bit about virtual reality, right? So basically virtual reality is the technology that will allow us to trick your mind, to overwhelm your senses with visual, with interaction, and allowing you to have this sense to be in there, in the content or in the experience. So all of you, or most of you know that with virtual reality, sky is the limit. We can, of course, use virtual reality for training, for entertainment, in order to raise skills in healthcare, in education, allowing folks from the army to train on tank maintenance or battlefield scenarios, etc. Basically, when I present virtual reality in university or in workshop, I like to talk about the three main components of virtuality in my sense that allow us to have this magic around virtual reality. So the impact, the interaction, and the embodiment. So basically the impact is when through this experience that we are sharing with you, we allow you to have a feeling of something that you don't know. We can, like, I'm sure you saw this model or this experience in Oculus Store or in the Steam store, etc. Basically, we can allow you to, for example, to see the world of an autistic kids with virtuality. This is very important for a lot of people, especially for the parents of autistic kids, or for professors or teachers dealing with autistic kids in the classroom. So basically, we showed this experience for a lot of professors in Qatar, in the region, and this allow them to adjust their response with certain behavior with autistic kids. This is very interesting, and this is definitely part of the magic of virtual reality. So the interaction, the second thing related to virtual reality that will differentiate with something as basic as visual, as seeing just content or video or even a stereoscopic content. So the interaction is basically the ability for you to interact with the 3D model in your environment. This is very important for a lot of things. So, for example, in academia, we are dealing or we are facing some issue to teach or to give comprehension to students with some topics. So, allowing them to be firstly in the content or in the curriculum directly with the headset or inside the cave will allow them to be inside the course. But we won't stop there. We will allow them to interact with the content of the course. This will allow them to have better comprehension of complex data, of course, but also being engaged physically will also boost and enhance the memorization. So they will memorize, they will remember topics, idea, data in much more long time because they were there and they interact with the content of the course. So here also to show you the interaction. I'm sure you are familiar with that, but I will show you to you anyways. So this is basically one of the products that we are developing with my company, allowing medical students to be trained in specific courses. So for example, here we have open appendectomy operation. So basically in Qatar, in a lot of places around the world, medical students don't have access to corpse. So for example, in here, they have just access to pictures or to video. So this is good, but not enough for them to understand everything, and especially in the protocol side. So knowing step by step what you will have to implement when you are doing an open appendectomy for here. For example, so here we exploded the tasks with, of course, doctors and professors, and we implemented the right process. So you can see that the student here, Mr. Ayub, he's absolutely in the model, and he's doing this surgery. So of course, this is a first version. In the second version, and it will be part of the third part of the magic of VR, we will have his hand, the presence of his hand in the model. So if for the folks interested by this video, I can share the new version with the embodiment of the hands. So the embodiment for me personally is a very critical part. So if you want to have a sense to be there, or to treat differently and finally and 100% your mind, you will have to have a part of your body there. So basically a full body, so the avatar of your body, but mainly for our content, for education or for training, we will stop at the hands avatars. So it's easy to implement, and it's enough efficient to allow you to be there. As easy as we put the headset, you are in front of a room or building, you open the door, you interact with the content inside the house or wherever. So you are engaged and by visual, so you're seeing your hand, but also by the interaction through the controller. So also that you saw those kind of devices, so full body tracking. So now with the headset, Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, we can stop at using only the controller, and we can have we can implement a specific algorithm in order to establish an avatar, or to have some real kind of real movement. So this full body tracking system, we still use it, and we are using it right now in cave system. Okay, so next slides. Sorry, here we go. Sorry. Okay. So we did talk about virtual reality quickly. I know I was very quick because I know that mainly all the audience is very familiar to virtual reality, but I wanted also to focus on those three concepts about magic of VR that I'm using a lot in lecture or in workshops. So let me get back to more in business. So Black Dune Studio is our company. So it's basically a small startup kind of company. We are basically a virtual reality studio that have a very young and a dedicated team. We have a strong connection in the region. I will explain why and how we succeeded to do that. And also we have, of course, we provide services for our customers, and we have our own product that I will talk about a little bit later. So we are in Tunisia, of course, because we are Tunisian, but the location of Tunisia is kind of specific. So Tunisia has a very good link and historical link with Europe, especially with France. Tunisia is an African country, so a natural and geographical link with Africa. And it's sharing same value and a lot of cultural link with Middle East, Arabic culture, same value, etc. So this position, this geographical position of Tunisia, allow us to have those axes of development, of mutual understanding, culturally, but also in a business way. So this is one of our main good point, actually, to do business, to understand the needs of our customer, because we are sharing the same languages. We are speaking French, English, Arabic also, and a lot of African countries are also speaking French and English. So this is a very strong point from our side. So our team, myself, we have Sami Sidrati, who is a very talented VR guy with a lot of experience, more than 15 years developing complex projects in Japan and Middle East. We have Mr. Mbouabidi, Mr. Hamasi, Mr. Al-Khadi, and Mr. Turkani, very talented guys in VR, 3D development, 3D design, but also doing a lot of work, especially Mr. Mbouabidi in the business and business development point of view. We have our own product that we are developing, and we are raising money for that. So it's called VRFlex for now, but maybe we'll change the name later on. So basically, we met a lot of people in the Middle East, in Africa, in Morocco, Tunisia, in Middle East, in the UAE, in Oman, in Qatar, in Bahrain, etc. And we saw that they are struggling using virtual reality, not because of the hardware, because of the content. Firstly, there is not enough customized and related content to their curriculum because of the language, because mainly they are talking and speaking and teaching in Arabic, but because the culturally and the way to teach is quite different. So we thought, and even if they found some specific company providing them content, it's expensive. The project, the workflow of development is quite long, and it's not enough efficient to implement it in schools or in small medium entities, especially in the academia. So we thought that we will develop a platform, a framework, where we'll put and inject and develop specific content that we will develop based on curriculum. So we call it for now VRFlex, VRFlex. It's very easy to use. It's kind of cheap. And we are hoping to have it like an open platform for third-party development companies in the region and hopefully in the world. So basically, we have two modes on it because I'm sure that you know that not all the education institution has a VR headset or not enough VR headset. So we are allowing a VR mode and a desktop mode. We are also allowing this social feature that attracts a lot of young people, which is streaming. So of course it's nice for young people, but a teacher and educator can use it to share the process of education in order to have a better, connection with the students. So for this, we are developing the content with, of course, expert, like a scientific committee that will help us to assess, identify the right curriculum to develop. When we will develop, we will also have their opinion and their guidance on this. Okay, so let's get back to the region. So let me talk about Qatar. So basically now I'm located in Qatar. I'm traveling a lot in the region, but I chose to talk about Qatar not because I'm living also in here most of the time, but because Qatar is one of the champions in VR field in the region. I will explain why, because basically we have some great initiative that I will talk about. We have a lot of VR centers. We have a lot of VR content already in the pipe in the industry here. So there is kind of acceptance and already usage in this country. So let me begin by two amazing initiatives. Actually, it's free, but the first two initiatives are very related to technology. So TASMO technology is an initiative from the government here that aim to transform the city of Doha in a smart city by 2024. And the idea is to have all the new technology implemented. So we are talking about blockchain, IoT, of course, VR, ER, 5G. This is a first initiative is open to everybody. So of course there is a section for startups located here, but also to big names in the area like Google or like Facebook, etc. So this is a very interesting initiative that has to be followed by the VR industry. This, yeah, another visual for the same initiative. And we have also, of course, the World Cup. So the World Cup in 2022 will actually is already transforming a lot of processes. So we are already implementing project ER, VR in order to help the fun, the folks that will come for the World Cup. We will use, and we are using VR to train driver for World Cup, etc. So this is a very important initiative that is also boosting virtual reality and augmented reality. So let me talk about something very important in here in Qatar. We are using here virtual reality since almost, I mean, more than 10 years. It's basically mainstream in the academia before even the headset made the VR mainstream in the global market. So we have implemented here cave system since 10 years. So I can talk about, of course, Qatar University, where I was managing one of the two VR center in there. So in Qatar University, we have two amazing cave system, four-sided tracking system, imaging projectors that allow us, and it's allowing already still now, a student to enter the cave to learn in an immersive way. So Qatar University, two caves. We have VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, Qatar, using virtual reality for interior design. We have Texas A&M, Qatar, using virtual reality for chemical, for oil and gas studies, for engineering, etc. We have also College of North Atlantic, Qatar, using mainly augmented reality for some topics related to oil and gas and training. And we have industry. So industry, we have a historical user of virtual reality. So ExxonMobil, they have an amazing VR center in here. And we have, of course, a bunch of HMDs all over the place. Well used, not enough used, so we can discuss this. But it's already adopted massively in event, entertainment, in hospitality. So the ground here is mature enough to have people coming and suggesting solution, suggesting a smart ways to use virtual reality, the hardware, I mean. So it's an amazing place for VR folks. To get back to where I was managing the cave, so here the VR center that I used to manage in Qatar University. So it's a four-sided cave. We have chairs, I mean, a place to have around 30 or 40 students. So we are creating a dynamic during the course. So we have groups inside the cave, groups. We implemented screens from each side in order to allow people from the outside to share the experience, to see what is going on inside. So we have really a small ecosystem in the VR lab. It's very interactive, very stimulating for the student. And people not familiar to this ask to get back, to come back often, and they come back by themselves without the professor. So it's a very amazing place. So in 5 or almost 6 years, we made so many projects using virtual reality, mainly using the cave system. Sometimes it was very difficult because cave system is kind of tricky sometimes, but we implemented as simple project like exploring the solar system, as more tricky like shooting in 360-degree sharks in the sea around Doha. So it's very covering a large range of application. We are talking about chemistry. We are talking about sports. We are talking about handling animal medicine, etc. We are talking about also robotic usage, and we have an amazing project linking robotic arms and robotic devices with virtual reality. Anybody interested by that can reach out, and I'll be more than glad to talk about it. We have also competition, a lot of competition using the cave. We allow people to work in 3D, and I will talk about something very interesting here. So we don't ask them to learn anything new. So if you are using SolidWorks, continue using SolidWorks. If you are using Revit, continue using Revit and come to the cave. You would work in VR. We will turn it immersive, I mean. And we have the right technology for that. And it's common. I mean, it's used all over the world in some VR centers. So here some other pictures of the activity that we can have and we used to have and we still have around caves. So as you understood, I'm very fan of caves. So because basically it's amazing piece of technology, especially in university where you can have a full range of industry ecosystem. So you have the engineering college, the college of architecture, the medical college, you have the education college, you have special needs college, you have driving safety centers. So all this inside one place, which is a university. So you can have so amazing interaction between them through the virtuality and through cave system and now through HMDs, of course. So how we allow people to use the cave as easy as possible, but visually it's not easy to use a cave. It's very complicated system. So of course we are using, like almost everybody here, Unity and also Unreal. We have Aeon Reality. Maybe some people are familiar with this technology, and we are using this piece of magic, which is Stiglitz. So basically, Stiglitz is a French company allowing you to use your content and turn it immersive whatever hardware you are dealing with. So it can be a cave, it can be HMD, it can be two-sided cave, it can be a six-sided cave, which is amazing. So using TechViz, we will ask people, don't bother yourself. You don't know VR, it's fine. Bring your work in 3D. You are already designing a building or designing an animation or doing stuff in Blender or 3ds Max. Bring it up and allow us to quite easily to turn it immersive. You will be inside your content. You will understand if you made some mistakes. You will collaborate with your colleague or with your students or wherever. You will pitch with investor or jury or whatever, as easy as plugging a flash disk in a laptop. So here, the system of TechViz in France, and it's quite amazing cave. So before finalizing this nice presentation, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, let's get back to the basics. Why VR? Or what is the advantages of VR? So help to understand anything, quite anything. Help to memorize. You are inside the topic. You are inside the course. Engage students, but also engage colleagues. Engage investors. Raise your visibility. You want to brand something. You want to have this wow effect. And as I explained for university, catalyze initiatives. It can be inside the university. It can be inside an incubator. It can be in a priority economical zone somewhere in the world. It's amazing. So thank you very much. And hopefully you enjoyed this, this presentation. I'm here to answer your question. You can reach out through Twitter, LinkedIn, or directly by through my email. And hopefully I will see some of you soon after the COVID. Stay safe and take care. Thank you very much.